are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, X, wherever you're listening, watch this. Welcome to a Sunday service. And as I film this Saturday in the morning before I head to the gym, the message is simple, y'all. Be blessed with what you have and just work now. Because I'm actually in a good mood. And I know some people find it weird that I'm in a good mood to go work out, but once you reflect about things, you may not achieve all your goals this year. You may be not where you want to be in life. But at the end of the day, if you have a car, a roof over your head, clothes on your back, got money to put food on the table, it's not that bad. Now, I know some of you are like myself, who are upset to where you feel that you put in the work ethic, but you're still not where you want to be at, or you still haven't had that big break. But the reason I don't get upset about that and let that hold me back, because there's millions of people out there who feel the same way, who've been putting in the same type of work, the same type of grind, who've been doing the same amount of work as me, or some even more. And I may be better than them in life or have a better job than them. That's just sometimes how life plays out. But you just got to be grateful for what you have and keep working. I never understood why, if people didn't achieve a goal, why they get upset and stop. It should be the other way around. You get upset and you work harder, and it makes you more hungry to, it makes you more hungry to achieve that success, to achieve that goal. And most of the time, honestly, that's where a lot of people fall off. And a lot of people stop trying. So you gotta you have to find a way to have that type of mindset. And I know some people always use this example that, well, I don't have that mindset around me. I don't have people like that around me. And my response to that always is, so what? At the end of the day, if you know right from wrong, and if you control what you can control your thoughts, you can control your emotions. So at some point, you're just going to have to step up and start thinking that way for yourself. Because once you're grown, I'll probably say, 26, 27, 25, you should be able to understand that. And then on top of that, what's the point to be down and be miserable? Because it's not going to help your situation. So you might as well count your blessings with what you have and just keep working and push through it. Now, if this is your first time listening to me, with these talks, with these videos, I'm very straightforward and direct. And my motivation style for myself is I'm very straightforward, and I call it how it is, and I don't coddle anybody. Even myself, I know what the optics look like at all times. So if you're listening to this and you need someone to kind of coddle you and tell you everything is going to be okay, when it may not be okay if you're not putting in the work, that's not one of these channels. Because I think you hurt people more by lying to them than telling the truth. And that goes in anything. People accomplishing goals. People not working hard enough. People being lazy. People being obese. People being broke. And that's why I said in one of my videos, and I'll make sure to link in the description, that's why I've always said you have to be your harshest critic. Because if you're not, most people aren't going to hold you to that standard, or they won't say it to you but have that thought about you. So you got to take the effort. You got to you have to hold yourself to that standard. And with what I just said, if you're able to understand what the optics look like and hold yourself to that standard, you'll be way ahead of people, because you don't need people to say it to you when you already know what you need to fix on. And that's why I say, men and women, y'all have to take the initiative, not only for opportunities for yourself, but in life, and just keep grinding and count your blessings and keep your head up. Now, I can't tell you how to keep your head up in tough times. In my personal opinion, well, for me, I should say, I'm just not that easily broken. And then plus, you have to start from somewhere. And I've always said, once you lose hope, once you lose that will and determination, I think that's when it starts falling downhill. And I know, let's say you're already downhill on rock bottom, but once you lose that hope, I think that's it. That's when you see people start going to substance abuse or end up homeless or become strung out. And unfortunately, I do understand how some people can't take the harsh world the way that it is. And when life punches you, most people don't punch back. They just take the hits and just, unfortunately, stay where they are. And in those situations, that's where you can really tell if people really do have self-esteem. Most people say they have self-esteem, but they don't. Because if you have self-esteem, you wouldn't lie about a certain topic. You'll keep it a buck. You'll tell the truth. And that's another video. I forgot. I do apologize. I do need to do that video about lies that we were taught, but they were actually lies. I definitely will do a video about that. And one of the things is how a majority of people, your parents, your family and friends, elders, bosses, a lot of them say they have self-esteem. A lot of them don't. A lot of them, most of their self-esteem either comes from money or the position that they're in. But when it comes to someone that's equal as them, that self-esteem goes out the window. Y'all, and I'm back. I just got back from working out a good leg and shoulder a day. But to get back to the topic, man, y'all just gotta be blessed with what you have and work with what you have, man. Regardless of what type of gym you have, if you only have a playground to where you could do pull-ups or run and do push-ups, start from there. Y'all just have to use whatever you have. Because a lot of big dreams started from small rooms, started from literally nothing. You could think about your favorite entrepreneur, athlete, anybody. A lot of it started from somewhere small. And most importantly, it started with what they have. So instead of moping around and being upset with what you don't have, be blessed with what you have and work with what you have. I promise, wherever you're trying to get to, or the next step, I should say, that's enough to get you to the next step. That's what's going to catapult you to the next one. You just have to be blessed with what you have and start now. And hopefully when y'all listen to my videos, it gives you a better attitude to where you stop being soft. Like I said, I've been working ever since I want to say in my early teens. A lot of adults are soft. A lot of old folks are soft. A lot of people are soft. If you could change your mindset to develop tougher skin and become tougher more mentally and emotionally, you'll be leaps and bounds ahead of more majority of people. Now, does that mean you're going to be richer than some people? No. Does that mean you're going to be successful than some people? No. But it does give you an edge. And I think that gives you the best edge because, like I said, most people's self-esteem come from their position and their money. But if you strip that away, they're not going to have that anymore. That's why I do believe if you shift everybody to $0, or let's just say you give everybody $100K in the whole entire world, the people who are determined and driven, they're going to find a way to make that $100K into something more. The people who aren't, they're just going to lose it all. So men and women, enjoy your Sunday. And I know I haven't dropped the Sunday service in a while. I need to start doing that again. So probably on Sundays, if I have to, I might just have to drop 2 YouTube videos, which I don't want to do, but I do believe Sunday service is important. Well, my interpretation of Sunday service, because I don't agree with everything that goes on in a lot of churches, but that would be another video. That would be another topic for another day. Men and women, be blessed with what you have. Enjoy y'all Sunday, and I will see y'all in another video.